Picture this, you're 4 years old. Mobs are storming your palace. You're being smuggled out of Paris in the dead of night because angry nobles want your head. Now imagine you grow up, take power, and rule for 72 years, longer than most people even live, turning yourself into an actual god king that an entire nation worships. This is Louis XIV, the Sun King. And his story is absolutely insane. Louis becomes king at age 4. But France? Total chaos. Civil wars are tearing the country apart. Rebellious nobles are ransacking Paris. And one night, a mob nearly captures the royal family. Little Louis has to escape through secret passages, fleeing his own capital like a fugitive. He never forgot that night. And it taught him one terrifying lesson. Never let anyone threaten you again. Fast forward. Louis is 23. His chief minister, the guy who actually runs France, dies. Everyone assumes someone else will take over. Instead, Louis walks into court and drops this bomb. I will rule alone. No prime minister. No advisors making decisions. Just him. Everyone thought he was crazy. He wasn't. This was the birth of true absolute monarchy. Louis didn't just say, I am the state. He became it. But here's where Louis gets genius. He realizes something most rulers miss. Power isn't just about armies. It's about theater. So he rebrands himself as the Sun King, Apollo, god of light. Why the sun? Because everything in the solar system revolves around it. And from that moment on, everything in France revolves around Louis. Court life becomes a performance. Who gets to watch him wake up? Who hands him his shirt? Who stands closest to him at dinner? These aren't just ceremonies, they are power rankings. Get close to the sun, you're powerful. Get pushed to the shadows? You're finished. Politics becomes a reality show. And Louis? He's the only star. Then Louis does something unthinkable. He takes a random hunting lodge outside Paris and transforms it into Versailles, the most jaw-dropping palace Europe has ever seen. Gold everywhere. Hall of mirrors. Gardens so perfect they look CGI. But Versailles isn't just flex, it's a trap. Louis forces all the powerful nobles to live there, away from their lands and armies. Now instead of plotting rebellions, they're competing over who gets to hold the king's candle at bedtime. Versailles is a gilded cage. And Louis holds every key. Of course, Louis wants France to dominate Europe. That means war. Constant war. And at first, France is unstoppable. French armies crush rivals. French culture dominates. Everyone speaks French. Everyone copies Versailles. But decades of war drain everything. The final conflict, the War of the Spanish Succession, bleeds France dry. Famine hits. People starve. The glory was real. But so was the cost. Louis also believed France needed total unity. One king. One law. One religion. In 1685, he revokes protections for Protestants. Churches destroyed. Families forced to convert or flee. Hundreds of thousands escape France, taking skills and wealth with them. Unity achieved? Maybe. But the price? Devastating. As decades pass, tragedy surrounds Louis. His son dies. His grandson dies. His great-grandson dies. He outlives nearly everyone he loved. The Sun King, once surrounded by crowds, now sits in silence, a lonely old man in a palace of ghosts. When he finally dies in 1715, after 72 years on the throne, France mourns. But also, people exhale with relief. His final words to his successor are haunting. Do not imitate me too much. Even he knew. Louis XIV ruled longer than any major European monarch in history. He transformed monarchy, art, fashion, and power itself. But he also left behind crushing debt, massive inequality, and deep resentment. Less than 80 years after his death, the French Revolution erupts. And kings start losing their heads. The Sun King proved you could control everything: image, culture, even reality itself. But here's the thing about burning that bright. Eventually, you burn out. And when the center of everything collapses, the whole world shakes.